All right, everybody, here is the lessons learned for phase 3. Continuing with our videos of helping you along with mistakes, with common issues or questions I've had in the past, let's talk about phase 3. So first thing, again, read the directions. Again, I have students every semester that just simply don't read the directions, that they don't do all elements that are required for the assignment, and they lose points off the get-go because they're not submitting everything. So make sure you read the directions. So with each of the CRTs that you're going to be creating, make sure that you are going with the mentality that you can take this and print this and run with it as a trainer. In other words, don't cram it all into one page. This should be a 1 page, 2 page, however many pages you need, but don't combine. Don't put the pre-test and the post-test on the same piece of paper, in other words. So when you're making your various tests or criterion reference tests, make sure that if it's something that you want to get your student's name on, that you actually put a place for the student to put their name, to put name and then a blank line for the student to put their name and the date as well. If you do not want their name on that, if you want that to be anonymous, for example, if they are evaluating the course as a whole, not the material, but the course or you as the instructor, we don't want their name on that one. We want them to have the freedom to express their opinions without fear of retribution. So you may want to put a disclaimer, no names are needed, but at least you always want the date so you can reference back to the class. So read the directions, have a place for a name if applicable. If you have open-ended questions on any of your tests that you're providing, your reference tests or evaluations, give places for your students to write. So don't write an open-ended question and then press enter and then write another open question. You need to give blank area on the page for your students to respond to the questions that you pose on those. So again, this should be something that in your manual, if you were doing a training, you could grab the manual, go make a photocopy and hand it out to your students and be ready to go. So make sure that you follow all the directions, all the caveats. For example, give an answer key to your pre or post test, to your pre and post test. Tell me how you're going to analyze the information that you gather throughout your CRTs. The other thing I want to mention before we close out this video is the mapping. When you take your PBO, your CRT, and then the answer to that, and you actually create a chart, make sure that they all relate to each other. The PBOs you've already written back earlier, so take those PBOs, update them based on any feedback that I provide. That's one column of your chart is already done. So making sure that you have your PBO. Back when I asked you to tell me how is it measurable, that's going to help you direct you for this chart to get that all together. So make sure you have all elements of that and really close the loop of here's what I expect you to learn. Here's how I'm going to prove that you have learned it. And the last part of that chart is how do I measure success? What is the threshold of success? How do I make that determination? So it should close the entire loop of your training when we look at the objectives, how you're going to test that, and what the measure of success is, what the answer to that question or what you're looking for will be in that chart. As always, if you have questions, reach out to me. I'm always happy to help. Great day and good luck and have fun with these manuals.